Hey guys, thought I'd give you another episode of Story Time with Mr. Camacho. Today's topic will be Frederick Douglass, as he's our next in line for the 19th century reformers. And this guy's a giant, he's a legend. Some of you might associate it with the fairly new high school that's in Lexington, is named after him. As many of the high schools in Lexington are named after historical figures, he's well deserved in his honor as well. As we look at his life, he was a slave. He ends up running away as master beats him, and he's such a physically imposing man that he actually beats his master back, and it actually gets his master from not beating him ever again. But he secretly teaches himself how to read and write, which makes him a well-educated slave and puts him at the forefront of the abolitionist movement when he gets to where he's run away and freed himself. He becomes a major speaker, obviously against slavery, but also for women's rights, as he is there at Seneca Falls Convention endorsing Elizabeth Cady Stanton's Declaration of Sentiments. That's a big deal because it gets more and more people in support of that particular type of movement. He turns down some violent acts that John Brown, and more on him later, more on Elizabeth Cady Stanton while we're at it as well. But he turns down joining the revolt there. So he doesn't get involved in that, but he becomes he speaks in a lot of major events and becomes pretty prominent. He once said this about becoming free. He said, "I have often been asked how I felt when I first found myself on free soil, and my readers may share the same curiosity. There is scarcely anything in my experience about which I could not give a more satisfactory answer. A new world had opened upon me. If life is more than breath and the quick round of blood, I lived more in one day than a year of my slave life. It was a time of joyous excitement which words can but tamely describe." And so you can only imagine what it was like to be a slave crossing across the slave territory into free territory for the first time, the emotions, the wave of feelings that would rush through them as they would go on to live the rest of their life in freedom. And so that is highlighting Frederick Douglass for this. It's come to my attention that, I really miss you guys. I miss picking on you. Ran into Victor tonight at the Kroger, and want to let you know, Ava, he misses you. And Madison, you know what that's all about. And Hunter, hope you're keeping it clean, buddy. I'll see you guys later on the next episode.